This is the Can We Talk podcast, episode 14. Raven will be joining us very shortly, but in the building I do have Brittany Hill.
Hey.
And we're going to jump right into it. There was a viral video that was going around Austin and the surrounding cities about, well, I won't say about, but there was, I don't even know if there were a couple. We don't know shit. We just know that there was a homeless couple. They might not even be homeless, to be honest with. Like, I don't know. But there was two individuals that were definitely having sex in public under an underpass.
Very, 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 very disturbing.
But was it a bed? Like, were they on a bed?
It looked like it wasn't just the ground. It looked like they were a little bit elevated.
Not
you know,
just ground.
I did. I saw it on one of my friends' Snapchat, and I was like, "Holy shit!" Like, he just passed them fucking like under. And then I was like, it was one of those things like, I can't believe what I just watched. Let me watch it again, but then I don't want to watch it again because then I'm feeling a kind of way, you know. I did screen record it, so I do have the video. But it was, I mean, they were like getting it in broad daylight. Her leg was cocked up, like it was. I was just in shock. I've never seen anything like that ever.
You never seen homeless people fuck?
I have not.
And once again, I don't know if they're homeless. They just might be fucking in the streets.
Maybe they were fucking under the underpass. Like they were walking. Maybe they were walking.
Like, oh, there's a bed.
Yeah. Oh, right here. Let's do it. You know, kind of one of those spur of the moment situations. Because people have those, right?
Facts.
You just like
1,000%.
pull it out. Right here, right now. You ain't about it. You with the shits? Let's do it right here.
Maybe he was being classy. Maybe he was like, you know what, shorty, like, fuck it. Fuck the car. There's a bed right here. Let's handle business. Just
you know,
like, you know how
he could have said smell? That. I don't know if you call it classy. I don't know if you like all the shit that was around them. Like, I don't put class there. Just my opinion. To each his own. But yeah. It was, you know,
like things like stink, like they smell bad, but like I just think it smells bad. Like I just
it has to. It's like hot. Everything about that. Like I don't even know how you get wet or get hard. Like
there's a
with stank. Like just even not them, you know. Okay, I'm gonna just throw out hypothetically they're homeless, right? But not just them having a odor, but it was so much shit around them. You know what I mean? Like just homeless shit. Like I just imagine that was funky. Like how do you get wet with stank and funk around? I don't know.
That might turn them on. Like this might be the best smelling place they've been around.
You know what? Because people do have fetishes, so. I don't know if stink is a fetish.
I don't know if it's a fetish. It's a necessity. Like they was like, it's time. Like we've been eyeing each other from corner to corner for like a good 3 months. Like, shorty, pull up to my corner. I got you.
You've been pushing this basket by my corner for 3 months, and you're not gonna say nothing. You just gonna roll that cart with that little wheel, clank, clank, you know, because I don't imagine the wheels are straight. So the wheel just clank, clank. You gonna hit that corner and not, you know.
Not gonna speak to me.
I cannot. But speaking of like random places to get it on, mind you, it was broad daylight.
It was broad daylight.
Do you have any like just random like?
We're not twisting this on me. I'm gonna ask you.
Why? Normally you do ask the question, but you like how I slid that in there, right? Do I have? Okay, let me see. I'll answer. I'll go ahead. So any kind of like wild, crazy places. I guess I'll keep it a buck. Like
it don't even gotta be a crazy place. Let's talk about like anywhere outside of the bed. Anywhere outside of the bed that isn't. And let's cut out cars too. Like no cars.
Okay.
No bed.
I have done it, and this is early on. Like I got thrown there. Like I was early 20s, right? I did it at a lake, like on one of the picnic, like the benches, like under a little pavilion thing. Like I did it at a lake in the daylight. Like it was bright. It was in like New Braunfels. I think
This
that's
is
the
shaking
lake.
her head like, what?
Yeah.
Was I there? Like,
No, you definitely weren't there. You were probably like 10. I was like 20, 21.
that's your top one. What's your top three? So that could be.
Oh, well, that wasn't the top one. That's just a random outside. You didn't ask me to rank them. I just threw in an outside one. I feel really bad about this one, right? I feel bad about this one. Y'all have to go back to the previous episodes to hear about my movie theater situation. Okay, that's out there. Y'all have to go listen to that. But I don't know if I told you before, one time, again, early on, same person. We're kind of spontaneous. I did in Corpus Christi at the aquarium.
Like, how?
So there was
I've been to the aquarium as a child.
so there was like we was inside and there was this like this little dome thing that we went in, and he's like, let me stick it in right now. I was like, let's do it. So yeah, it was just like this little dome thing, and
Y'all didn't get caught? Not even close.
not even close.
Number 3.
I don't know if I have a third one. That's enough. Y'all have to go back and listen to the movie theater. That'll be my third one, okay? Yeah, so what about you? Outside of a car.
I don't think I've been fucking places in a while, but back in the day, like, I was on the side of the house king. Like, I was fucking on the side of houses. Like, they were respectable parents' houses. My parents' houses. My parents used to have a shed. And sorry, Mom, I know she's gonna hear this shit because she listens to all the bullshit. So we used to have a shed at my parents' previous house, right behind it, because my parents have always had cameras everywhere, right? But I tricked the system. Like right behind the shed, you can't see behind the shed. That was the go-to spot for sure.
Behind the shed.
Behind the shed
It
in
went
the
down.
hot sun with a towel.
In the sun?
On the grass with a towel.
Oh, so you weren't just like doggy style, like you was doing all different positions.
That was the bed. The fuck?
Okay. So
Sorry,
some
Mom.
knees got tore up and all that.
Probably.
Shout out to the shed.
Shout out to that shed.
That shed, if that shed could talk.
I'd be in trouble.
Some stories.
As an adult.
To this day. That is hilarious. Yeah. Good times.
Great times.
Yeah.
Great
Early
life.
20s, early life.
That was teens.
Oh, okay. Well, go ahead with your bad self. Go ahead.
You ain't never fucked outside the parents' house? Either or, like his house, his parents' house, or your parents' house?
Not outside.
Not outside.
No. I don't. No. If we were outside, it was just gonna be in a car. Yeah.
I didn't have a car when I was growing up, so you have to get creative. You never drove around the neighborhood to find. Talking about cars, you never drove around the neighborhood to find a spot.
No. If we drove around the neighborhood, like in my neighborhood, I was the guy that I was dating back then, a long time ago, like in my senior year or whatever. He had an Explorer, so I mean, we had room. We still was in the car. I never got out of the car. Made it do what it do.
Yeah, man, I'm telling you, those drives to figure out where it's gonna go down was epic. Figure out whose lights is on. Like, can I park here? Can I not park here? Driving in circles for a while. You have to find the darkest spot. Well, the
I'm
lightest
trying to
spot
think.
depends.
I can't remember. I know there was a time where I was in the car and definitely like had a cop tap on the window because the fog, like that's a dead giveaway.
Did y'all get out of that?
Yeah, we got out of that. barely. Like, we talked that way. He let us go, but definitely had to. Let's just kiss him. Right. Like, with some bullshit, like, yeah.
Were y'all like already fucking, or is it like all right?
No. Yeah, we was getting it in. Like trying to throw on your clothes. Yeah.
Shout out to Cedar Park, their police department, Pflugerville Police Department, because we definitely got the knocks. Pflugerville is like, anytime something happens that someone doesn't like, they're gonna call the cops on you. So in the car, doing whatever.
Yeah.
And I don't know what the car looks like from the outside. Like, I don't know what the car looks like, so they probably know what the move is.
Yeah.
Like, we just watching TV. We just watching TV, yo.
And now when you think about it, think back, like they know what the hell is going on. Like, and we really tried to give some bullshit answers.
Straight up, we just watching TV. I had the phone right here. It was crazy.
Why? They'd be like, why is it foggy?
I had 10 on my car back then. I don't know if it was foggy. I think
it definitely fogged up. If y'all was fucking it fogged up, ain't no way around it.
They let us go for sure though.
Yeah, we got out of it too. I'm like, y'all know what's be going on. Like, don't hate. Like, I understand you gotta stop it, but you may as well just let them go. You know?
Facts.
Yeah, good times. That's funny as fuck. But shout out to the couple. I mean, there's some people that ain't having no sex, so shout out to them for getting it in. You know what I'm saying? They was doing their thing,
rocking and hanging out in the car.
You know, they's out there. We outside, right? We outside for real. That's how they feel. Shout out to that couple in Austin.
If they're not a couple, shout out to them as well.
Shout out to them getting busy. They outside. All 2021. Huh?
I wonder if that was stopped. Like, did he get the finish? Or did she get the finish?
That did the people? I'm sure they did, because they didn't give two shits.
That's what I'm saying. That's kind of fucked up. Like, we are in a car, a vehicle, it's parked. Will we get pulled over? But you outside.
Oh, I bet you if the police saw them, they probably.
The police have seen so much they don't care.
Because technically, isn't that
public indecency?
Yeah.
Technically, but they was on the covers. We don't know what was happening. They couldn't have been wrestling.
I mean, if they at home, technically they at home. Technically they at home. What the fuck do you mean? I'm covered. I didn't show anybody anything, right? I'd be like, look, I'm gonna have to come fight this one. I bet you he show up at court in his long trench jacket, because you know they be having them long coats. Show up at court with his basket parked outside. Catch me outside.
That's tough. But what do you do? Like, if you're like, I'm sure. Like, I wonder if like that's happened. Like, he's been like, they've done whatever they've done before, but got caught, and the police was like, you can't do it because of this, and they're like, all right, bet, let's adjust to the rules. Let's get some covers. Let's find somewhere no one can see us.
First of all, then you need PM. I mean, not PM, but like 5 a.m., 3 a.m. Like, it was bright. The sun was out.
It was early though. My friend, she's gonna be on the podcast eventually, and I want to hear her story. But she works very close to that overpass, so her and her job were watching the whole shit. They watched from start to finish.
So how long was it? Did you ask her?
I didn't.
I wonder what their start to finish is. Like, how much time? I mean,
by the way her leg was up, it probably took some time. You know, like her leg, the one leg was up too.
That one.
You know, so I don't know.
That right leg was up. So he was really getting his positions right. He was getting it.
He was going in. It was his left right. The video made it look like it was for the right, but it was his left, I think.
Her leg?
Yeah, her left leg. But the way the video is mirrored, so it might have been like it was a right.
Oh, okay.
One leg was up.
Yes. Which means he's getting those angles right. Shout out to him. Sound like he know what he doing. He done been here before.
What about strippers? What about homeless hoes? Like the niggas that have been around but are always around. Like them. Like, imagine if you going to go get your dick from whoever, but you know he got it because you've had weird conversations with other homeless women.
Wait, so the dude's a hoe or the girl's a hoe?
It could be either or. Dude could have heard from James.
Another dude?
Like, yo, man, you gotta get
that is so
pussy.
crazy because I feel like it's definitely got to be a community. Like, is there a community? So you know they be gossiping
They be in the
and they
stores
know.
too. Maybe they purchase condoms. I was thinking it was raw. It might have been a raw experience, but maybe they purchased condoms, or maybe not.
That is crazy.
Like, what if?
I just don't understand. I just have so many questions. Can we have them on the podcast? No, I just
No, the fuck we can't. On the streets, I set up a table next to the bed. We can do it live.
You know they be having phones and shit. Y'all can call in. That's funny. No, but I have questions. Like, I'm wondering, like, I don't know. You know, people get the mood right, you get music
We don't know if that was
playing.
planned. Like, what if that was the vibe? Like once again, I've seen you on this corner for 3 months. I just asked you out to Whataburger like yesterday. I got enough money to take us to Whataburger. Let's get you some. Let's get you a sandwich, yo.
They ain't going to Whataburger. Whataburger too high. They gonna get that foe for foe.
What if all the stuff you be like? I know people, and I'm making fun of this situation, not being serious, but like, what if the stuff you give the homeless people, because people get money and food and stuff like that, and then they approach a woman or a dude with the shit like, yo, shit, I got the sandwich. You want to split this shit? Like, what's up? You know I'm homeless, so you know this is serious. Like, homeless game.
Right. If I'm giving you half of this burger that they just dropped off for me.
You know you're the one.
Like, yeah, like, shorty, I'm giving you my last. That's love. He's giving you his last. Like, he don't know the next time he gonna get a burger?
Exactly. Like, what does homeless game look like?
That's deep.
What does that even look like? I have no idea.
I gotta, and like, if they coming up, right, because you know, like, they had, but right, so they was just, you know, using tarp, but then they saved up enough to go get a whole tent.
Oh, let me tell you about my homegirl down the street. So, it was like, it must have been like 3 consecutive days of like 90. And she's outside laying on the pavement.
The pavement?
Like, no cover, nothing. Just
poor
outside.
Girl.
That's what I was like, I really want to like
give her a
go do something, but then I was like, I don't know, because I don't know like what a response would be. I don't know if she doing like, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then I get fucked up because, you know, she probably not in the right mind, because you gotta be on another level.
Yeah.
If you're sleeping on the pavement at 90 degrees.
Yeah. Like
wearing the same dress for like 15 days in a row. You know what I mean? Like, I really wanted to like drop off some water or like do something, but like apparently people have been doing that because she keep getting shit. She got a tent now.
Oh, she got a tent? Mm-hmm. Oh, look, see, she done came up.
That's what I was talking about, and I was like, yo, she didn't moved on up now. She too good for me. I can't help her now.
Yeah, she done got everything. Like what you was, but you can always still give her a blanket or something. They can lay at the bottom of that because she, you know, blankets on blankets on blankets. Then you, before you know it, she done got a whole like pillow top. You know what I'm saying? It come, you know.
She's figured out from what I've seen. Like, she got a chair. She be out there just chilling, watching traffic go. And then when it rains, she be in her tent now. When it's hot, she be in her tent. Like, I don't know.
See, that's what I'm talking about. So, you know, like maybe that is like leveling up, like in their world. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I need to know who gave her the tent first of all. And maybe she purchased the tent.
Maybe she purchased it.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe some people. There are people who choose to be on the streets versus worrying about society. There are people who do that. There are people who have college degrees who literally on the street who would rather just be that than worry about all the bullshit.
Right.
But it's just weird. It's like, I don't know. Like, I want to talk to her just to like, but then I know like she be in apartments around here because we that night that Raven like her food didn't come. We went to the apartments next door. And I was like, that's the girl. That's her. The girl I'll be talking about. But she was just out there, so I don't know. And then I seen her talking to the same dude a couple of days.
And he's like...
He looked like an athlete. Like, I don't know.
Oh, well, that's a whole nother story.
A whole nother story.
A whole nother story. Because... Yeah.
I've seen them arguing, like, with the hands moving. Like, I've seen that. Like twice at this point.
Maybe he put her out.
Shit, maybe. Is she proving a point? Did he buy her a tent? Did he kick her out and buy her a tent?
You got a roof over your head. It don't have to be my roof, but you got a roof over your head.
I just wonder. Like, I hope that's not the
So
case.
many questions.
So many fucking questions.
So many questions.
And it sucks. With the I don't know if it sucks because I just don't know what that life looks like. But like Austin taking away the tents now, and like you can't be tented in a public place now.
Okay, so when did that pass?
Maybe a month ago.
So you can't be tented in a public place. So like all those tents that were under the bridge.
So police departments are going like section by section and kicking them out. Like 10, 15 cops. You gotta go. You gotta move. You gotta move. You gotta move.
So what if they just get rid of their tent? They can stay.
Yeah.
They just can't have a tent because it's not campgrounds.
Well, originally Austin's such a liberal city. I think like beginning of last year, a bill was signed that allowed to be housed or tented in any public place. So when we and Robin were downtown, we were past City Hall, and City Hall had tents everywhere.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So any public place you can tent here in Austin. That's why I've been telling people like these people aren't from Austin.
Yeah.
Most of these people aren't from Austin. But if you tell me I go just pitch a tent and kick it, that's where I'm gonna go.
Yeah, it's like a community. That's crazy.
Yeah, but the bill did pass within the last month or so. Like that's not gonna happen no more.
Starting when do they have to be gone?
I don't know if they give them a time period.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what that looks like. I just know the bill was passed and they are in the process of like doing that. So there might have been time in between the month that it was passed and the now, but I don't know. But they're stopping. Like there's literally cops like going through these little communities and areas and like can't be tented here. And then they're coming with trash cans too. Like they're not like
they're not playing no games.
Get the tent out of here because it's dangerous. Because like people forget Austin is still a college town.
Yeah.
You know, if you're a college student and you have to walk past
right down
tents,
there. Yeah.
just take the class.
Yeah.
You gotta handle
So they're over there too.
Oh, it's literally everywhere. Any public space you can think of, there's the same kind of tent communities. Like that stuff that you saw in the video with the dude doing whatever. We don't even know if it's dude. First of all, it could be a woman with a strap on. We don't. No one knows.
Right, because you can't see no faces. It's disturbing, guys. It's disturbing. Yeah.
But anyway, like I promise you, if you go to like even like where you think downtown Austin is fire, like it's just as bad.
Because I seen them. I think it was over by. I want to say over by Congress. I did see some tents over there. I definitely saw them all under the bridge by downtown and by the police. Police station.
We used to park there back in the day.
I know.
I stopped going. I refuse to go to 6th Street. Like, I just don't have any want to go down because that's where people used to park. We used to pay to park there.
Yep, I remember. I will remember. I remember. I'll go to West. I'll go to West 6 every now and then. Really it has to be something going on. Like I went for a friend's birthday and we went to West 6. That was cool. Just not dirty. Definitely can't do dirty.
We were walking up 6th Street in the daytime and I was like, oh, it's time to go.
What was it? What y'all see?
We were just walking and then it progressively got more homeless. Like it was good. Like it was good. Homeless. I was just one dude, 2 people, 3 people.
Isn't it crazy?
Dude with a dirty shirt on. I'm like, it's time to turn around.
Isn't it crazy how from a block to block can change?
We literally walked from 5th Street to up like 6th Street, and it was like, how is this even possible?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Like, how can you police or like even make this area this nice, not scared of these people who are don't have no curfew, you know? They can just pull up whenever they want, wherever they want.
Right.
How do you even do that? Like, how do you even handle that? And if that's the case, if you're going to make it like this here, you should probably just clear that out as well and just revamp 6th Street. The day they gentrify 6th Street will be the day that I go back.
Good luck. I don't want to go to dirty.
Everything's closed. Like, majority of the clubs are closed.
Have they started opening back
No,
up?
closed, like, they don't exist anymore. Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? So, like, I don't even understand what the point of having 6th Street open.
There are no clubs, are there? It's just bars, right?
Majority are bars.
I can't even think of any clubs down there.
I think Crave is still open. Crave still exists. What's it called? Is it called something? Oh, it's closed?
Yeah, I don't think it's there anymore.
But,
Oh, yeah, Terminal 6. Yeah.
oh,
But
I
yes.
don't go there, so
I think it's boarded up.
Yeah, it was a shooting that happened in like the beginning of 2020 into 2019, and they said, nah, we done.
Yeah,
They're done, but the street isn't done when there's shooting 2 weeks ago.
yeah.
Street, nobody owned the street and say they can close it, so.
That's crazy. Crazy.
Yeah. What?
Oh,
Dame.
yeah. Dame Dollar.
You gotta get out of there. You gotta get out of Portland, bro. Get my guy out. Get him some help.
Yeah, he needs a ring.
You're not gonna get one anytime soon, though, but he just needs to get out of there.
I love watching him. Shout out to Chris Paul.
No,
Did his thing last
No,
night.
for sure. Like, I'm happy. Like, I'm still a LeBron fan, and I just know for a fact if LeBron and AD weren't hurt, they would have smashed the West just as easy.
I can see that.
They would have smashed this West.
I could definitely see that.
So trash. Like, but, you know, Chris Paul deserves it, man. 16 years. If I do something for 16 years and don't get to the end goal, even though I'm getting paid tons of money, like, that's going to be a problem.
Yeah, it's still. That's still what you're aiming for. You know what I mean?
And not even get to, like, not even to lose the finals, not even get there.
Right.
You know what I mean? So hopefully, I really want him to win.
Me too.
I want him to win just for his legacy. Once he does this, like, he's solidified. He can really do whatever he wants.
I agree. Hands down. Hands down. Now, who we not shouting out is Beverly. He is a clown.
He's been a punk since he hurt Westbrook.
He is a clown.
He don't like he. You don't really even need guys like that in the NBA.
Like,
what? He's a clown.
like that was like perfect timing. That was perfect timing, dude. He definitely is a clown. And I was joking around watching the game last night, and I was like, "Oh, Pat need a ring. Pat need a ring." And then he did. I was really kidding.
He definitely don't need it.
No, I know. I was definitely being sarcastic, but then he did that. Like, we were talking about it, and then happened to look up, and I was like, "Wait, what happened?" Like, and of all the replays that I saw, I did not see Chris Paul say anything. I didn't see him.
He said something in his mouth, like when he hit a shot, and then they took a timeout. But he didn't say nothing in that moment.
Yeah, so maybe he said something, you know.
Which I would tell, like, bitch ass nigga, like, fuck you.
Right. Boy. And then with his sorry ass apology, sorry, that wasn't meant for you. You pushed him with everything you had in his back. Who was it meant for?
He was emotional.
It was meant for him. You meant it for him. That the apology was just lame.
He's actually doing it because he probably gonna get cut real soon. Get this nigga out of here.
Clown of the year. Clown of the year.
All right. So let's give a call to Raven.
Let's see what our girl is up to.
Who's bedridden right now with an ankle injury. Let's see what she's doing. We had some technical difficulties. She was supposed to be on here originally, but just didn't happen. Like, I've literally been trying to, like, get this to work for like a good, like, 8 days at this point. I feel like consistently. But you know, technology's technology, and it sucks. But we're about to get her on. Hopefully she picks up the phone, because I told her 20 minutes and it turned out to be like 28 minutes.
Raven.
Hello, hello.
What up?
What up?
Hey, hey, hey.
You can hear us fine?
I can hear you fine.
Hey, hey, hey.
Okay, I can hear you. Let me see if I can put it on speaker and see if that's better.
Whatever makes you sound better, we're gonna work with.
We on your time, girl. I'm rocking with you.
Okay, that's better.
That's better?
Yeah.
How you doing?
Better than most, but I'm hanging in there.
Good to hear. Good to hear.
So Raven, before we talk about your injury, because I want to get into that too, me and Brittany talked starting the podcast off with weird places you had sex, referring to the homeless people that are gone viral of like having sex under that underpass. So, do you have 1 to 3 places that you have had sex that you don't have to say it, but like are there 1 to 3 places that you had sex outside of the bed or in the car? So the car and the bed doesn't count. Anything outside of that?
Yeah, in the middle, the country, in the middle of the country on a back road, just on the random street. That was kind of weird because anybody could pass by, but luckily no one passed by. There's a little ghost town in the town of Manor, which is right next to Austin. Well, Manor's right next to Austin, but there's a ghost town that's in Manor, in there.
Okay.
And let me think.
Think hard.
In a bar.
In the bar?
Yeah, but it wasn't. I mean, like, I guess it wasn't like full on sex. It was more oral sex, so I still count that.
Oh yeah, that counts.
Yeah, I kind of had an audience, but
Shout out to the audience.
Not kind of have an audience.
it wasn't my fault. Like, it was in the heat of the moment. And
How hot you gotta be at the bar? Like, what kind of bar are we talking about?
So there's an after hours place in Austin. I'm not gonna say the name because
you might do it again.
I go there still. And
So, never mind.
it was dark on the patio. So, like, I mean, I guess what I could say. I mean, he went to town, but like after that, I was like, oh, let's leave, So. But yeah, it was there.
So you said he went to town.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't you giving, you were receiving.
Yeah.
Oh.
He was.
I think we need a round of applause for that.
Meet like with guys, you meet that only they like. That's what they like. And I find that I call them monsters, not because they're like monsters in a vicious way, but because that's what they like, And I feel like for me, it's not rare to find someone like that, but for other people that I've talked to, other girls that I've talked to, it's kind of rare to find that within a guy.
Yeah, those are some beautiful human beings. Those kind right there, they're special. We love those.
But I'm not saying the spot that it's at. I still go there. I know we probably have listeners who go there as well from Austin, so I ain't saying it.
I think I know the spot, but we'll keep that on the low.
On the low, because yeah, I'm still out in the streets, even though, I have had a minor setback.
The streets, they're waiting on you.
Talk to us about it. Like, I don't think we've had a conversation about it because I would rather you just tell me when you feel comfortable, as far as like what happened and what you're going through at the moment.
Yeah. So, not this past Sunday, but the Sunday before that, me and my friend. I wasn't driving. I was a passenger. But one of my friends and a few other friends, we were in the car. We were heading south, away from the domain. We were getting onto 183, onto 35, and getting off of that ramp, there was something in the road which made her swerve and my friend go over the median and end up hitting a concrete wall on 35. And like we hit hard, like the impact was hard. And then luckily there was no other cars coming at the time. But like within like 2 minutes, there was one car that swiped us
Oh,
and ended up
snap.
hitting my other friend, and she kind of did a flip in the air and like rolled. But she's fine. And they did a hit and run on us, even though we were already crashed. It was at nighttime, so I guess the car didn't see us, but I'm pretty sure he felt that hit. You know what I mean? And everybody pretty much walked away. I mean, I hopped away because my left leg, my left ankle, I felt like it was broken at the time after the accident. I was like, this doesn't feel right. I can't walk on it. I can't step on it. Like I knew something was wrong because I
Yeah.
never felt that pain in my life. So, um, like I was trying to make sure everybody was okay while on one ankle. Um, and I don't know why it is about me. I'm usually very calm in situations like that. Like I don't panic. I've been told several times I should have been a paramedic because I'm very calm in situations, even when people are bleeding. Because I like in the face of danger, I always look for um, I always look for um, the safest place and make sure everybody's okay. That's kind of what I was doing at the accident, even though I was injured. So I made sure everybody, since that car had hit us, I made sure everybody got across the highway onto by the restaurant by Oyo's Locos. I don't know if y'all know where that is in
Oh, yeah,
Austin.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so I made sure everybody got across the highway. Me on one foot, hopping across the highway. I still managed to get my charger off the back of the car because I need my iPhone charger because the car was totaled. So I would manage to get my iPhone charger in the good charger. So I had two chargers in my bag. I couldn't get the other bag because the way that the car was crushed, it was like in a U shape, like an accordion shape
Oh, wow.
to the wall. Like there was no front end. There was no more like engine in the front end, and there was no back end since that car had hit us. Like the airbags did come out, so that's how strong the impact was. Um, but everybody walked away with, like I said, minor injuries. I'm probably the only one with a major injury, I can say. Like no one had a concussion at all. And of course, I had the broken ankle. Um, but yeah, that was it. Um, and I didn't go to the hospital that night just because I just know how it is to go to the emergency room that night. You won't get to see the doctor till the morning. You won't have your MRIs and exams into the morning. So I just went home because I would rather be comfortable in my own bed than be uncomfortable in a hospital bed and have to wait till the morning. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So the next day, that's when the pain really, really just hit me. Like on a scale from 1 to 10, the pain was about a 25 on the second day. Um, and I think because I was still in shock at the accident and everything like that, so I really wasn't feeling anything. Once I laid down, oh my God, like it hit me like a ton of bricks. I tried to get up and I knew that I couldn't step on my foot because of the way that it was hurting. It was hurting my whole leg up. Just the pain from my ankle was hurting my whole leg up. Um, so I hopped all the way to the bathroom. It took me probably a good 20 minutes to get to the bathroom, which is literally almost maybe 4 feet away. Um, and then when I got back, I was sweating because it just took a lot out of me. So I had finally had to tell, my mom, I was like, I need to go to the hospital. I need to go to the emergency room. Like the pain is getting out of hand. Like we have to go. So we ended up going to the emergency room. And like I said, I kept telling my mom, like I said, I know it's broken. I know it's broken. Like I feel like it's broken. I can't even put my weight on it. Like I know how a sprain feels. I know how a minor fracture feels, like a hairline minor fracture feels. Like I just knew something was wrong. So we got to the hospital, and at the hospital, they of course they gave me like not they didn't give me strong pain pills, so I was still feeling the pain. And everything at the emergency room takes longer than what it should because they're seeing many patients. So I finally got into to the X-ray room, and of course, one of the nurses bumps my leg.
Mm.
And I'm like, ah! And I'm like, she's like, I'm so sorry. I'm just like, yes, please just back away, everybody back away. It was so, like, the pain was so bad whenever I was on the x-ray table, even them moving me the slightest bit,
Mm-hmm.
it hurt so much. And I was like, just don't touch me. I will move my leg myself. So after the x-rays came back, they also did an, so the x-rays came back, they were like, well, you, you definitely have a broken ankle. And which I wasn't surprised. And they were like, finally, they were like, "Do you want some stronger pain meds?" And I was like, "Please." So they finally gave me some stronger pain meds. I honestly do not like medicine. Like I don't like. I grew up on since I grew up on a farm. Y'all know this. I like anything that's natural that's going to go in my body. Like anything that's like man-made, processed stuff like that. I really hardly care for it because I didn't grow up that way. And I just think a lot of the processed foods and stuff like that affects your body and affects your system in a major way. And I think that's why growing up, I was hardly ever sick as a kid. I don't know if y'all ever experienced that, like, growing up as a kid, like your mom would cook all the time and they wouldn't have processed foods and stuff like that, and you hardly ever got sick. Did y'all ever experience that?
I mean, my parents definitely processed food. We definitely were
Processed
eating
food?
processed food.
Huh?
We had a lot of hamburger helper. I ain't gonna lie.
Same.
I don't eat hamburger helper to this day because of that. So I mean, it was a balance. Sometimes it was home cooked, but sometimes processed too. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I didn't like taking medicine, so they gave me morphine, and I don't know if y'all ever been in the like where you're in the hospital and they gave me morphine through an IV. First the nurse could not get the IV in my arm. They couldn't find
Oh, you? How old are
I
you?
still have a bruise from it where they couldn't find my
The
veins
vein.
because my veins are super duper small. Um, and they move a lot. And then also he said my veins are very sensitive since I could taste the medicine in my mouth that they were putting in the IV. So
Yeah.
they gave me the morphine. The morphine was like, oh, I didn't like it. I was like, I do not like this. I do not like this. I kept telling the nurse. But finally it settled in and they gave me something that was like anti not nausea,
Mhm.
so I wouldn't be nauseous with the morphine. And then I got a little bit of rest. The Then they took me back for my MRIs just to check everything else. They gave me a full MRI with my body to check my legs. I'm sorry, not my legs, my hip because my hip was hurting, my knees, my head, my chest, everything like that. And they put this ink inside of me. I don't know what it's called, but I had allergic reaction to the ink and I had hives on my neck.
Oh
So
my
then
God.
after that, they had to give me Benadryl. So the time at the ER was just like it was just exhausting in itself. So I don't think I left I got to the ER probably around 12. I didn't leave the ER to probably around maybe 5 or 6. Got some food in me, and then right when I got home, after we got my medication, right when I got home, I went straight to sleep.
Hmm.
And it was probably the first time that I had good sleep within those last 2 days of like the accident, and then within that next day. And they also gave me crutches to walk on. I adapted to the crutches really well, but like still, it's still kind of weird for me, you know. Um, Mentally, it was a lot for me. Just because I had a lot of emotions going on in my head. I was sad, I was angry, I was upset, I was like wondering like why me, you know, all
Yeah.
my like why me, you know, trying to figure it out. But then at the end of the day, like things happen for a reason, so I had to kind of accept that. I mean, there's days where I'm just like in pain, where I just don't want to talk to anybody. I don't want to eat. Like the first couple of days, I couldn't eat anything. So I couldn't take my pain medicine because I couldn't eat. And then when I started eating and tried to take the pain medicine, I started having chest pains. So there was just a lot of things and a lot of complications going on,
Yeah.
a lot of mixed emotions, a lot of just like physical pain, emotional pain, mental pain. that I was going through, because I've never broken anything in my body, and just like it was, the experience just in itself just was ugh, and I don't want to ever experience this again. But yeah, I mean, I've had a lot of my friends stop by, which is great. A lot of my friends have like sent me food, which I think is really sweet as well. And like that, honestly, that's kind of what is pushing me through and getting me through. I did finally see the specialist this past Monday, and they took an X-ray. So they gave me a choice to say it's my choice if I want to do surgery. Um, because if I don't, it will still be the same healing time. But the
Mm.
only thing with surgery, the only complication with not doing surgery is if I'm to bump my leg in any kind of way and the bone shifts, then I'm still gonna have to do surgery. So right now I'm just trying to avoid having to do that because I've never had surgery before, and nobody wants to be nobody should ever want surgery, ever. I don't know why people would want to do surgery. I mean, I can see doing surgery on my BBL, how we talked about that last time. But not opening up my butt and just screwing things together. So no, I wouldn't want that for myself. But if I have to do it, I will do it. And the surgeon said, the good thing about my ankle, it's still lined up, so they didn't have to realign it,
Mm.
which I think would have hurt even more. Um, and the other thing is, like, my friend who was driving, she feels really guilty, and I told her no matter what, like, we can't be mad at you or anything like that because it's an accident. Accidents happen. That is out of our control. That's out of your control. So right now, she's just trying to cope from that and get over that. Um, and I said, even if it was like on purpose or whatever, I can't get mad at you because what is being mad at you going to do for me? It's not going to heal me. It's not going to heal the
Mhm.
other person. It's not going to make me walk again. It's not going to do anything any faster than what it is. But I told her, since it's like an accident, so you can't really be mad at yourself.
Yeah, definitely.
Um, the other thing is, um, I've one of my, like, just recently today, like, I had a really good day. Um, and then recently today, one of my college best friends messaged me, or ex-college best friend now, messaged me about, me being selfish and ungrateful and posting on social media about being negative. And I don't think that I've been negative. I think I remember one post that I did was talking about how I'm still blessed, but I have the right to be upset because it's okay not to be okay. It's okay to have these emotions. And I think that I feel like I'm entitled to have these emotions about the accident, what happened. But she just went off, and then at the end of the conversation, she threw in, she was like, that's why no one that I hang around with likes you, and I'm always having to make excuses for you. And honestly, I don't know where that comes from. She lives in Dallas. I don't even talk to her on a daily basis. I hadn't even talked to her probably since maybe her finding out about her being pregnant, and congratulating her. So, and I mean, I don't know where it's coming from. I think it's maybe coming from a sense of her not being able to experience a lot of things that she wanted to experience, because right now she's younger than me. She's already married. She has a house. She has her dream car and stuff like that. And now she's having a baby. So you think, someone like that would be happy with their life or their life decisions. She has a great job. And then for me, she's always been negative towards me. So I don't understand it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I can't. I don't know. I maybe I should write a book about it. I don't know.
that's crazy. That just
um,
sounds.
but yeah, that's kind of that in a nutshell with my experience with this broken ankle. I mean, I just got the cast switched to a pink cast, so new kicks here. Um,
I did see the pink cast.
so yeah.
Well, I hope things get better for you, Raven.
You said what?
I think I hope things get better for you because I've been through I've had knee surgery before. It's not a fun experience. I literally was out of commission for like a month, like with an expected surgery. Like I had time to prepare. Like I was just ready to go, and I had the whole surgery done one time. I couldn't even the vehicle that my parents pulled up in didn't even work because my leg couldn't bend, and I'm 6'2". So they had to go get a whole different vehicle to put my leg in because I wouldn't be able to bend because my leg is so long in the car that they brought to come pick me up. So I know, like, it's frustrating. Like, trust me, even the taking all the drugs, all the stuff that you have to go through in that process is annoying. And I got to prepare for it. You didn't, so I can only imagine how that feels. You know, dealing with what you're going through.
Yeah, it's definitely taken me a lot to get used to, and I'm just so blessed that I do have a good family that, like, shout out to my mom, shout out to my brother, even though like he'll give me a hard time, and shout out to my stepdad, and shout out to all the friends that have checked on me. Shout out to y'all guys too, and everybody who's come to check on me, and like I said, that really helps me. And I'm happy to be back on the podcast.
Yeah.
Because I missed you guys.
Yeah.
Even though we're doing a virtual thing, but I'm grateful, for you guys for being so supportive through this time, because it has been really hard. I mean, I've had my days where I've just cried and I did not want to even talk to anybody. And like I said, a lot of the stuff that I have done, I have just expressed it on my social media. How I've been feeling, because it's my platform. It's a freedom of speech. So, so yeah, it's been a crazy time. But the good thing about it is, like the doctor says, 3 to 6 weeks, and I was expecting longer. I was expecting to be in this for 12 weeks. I was expecting to have surgery, and I was just hoping for the best. I'm still hoping for the best, and I'm hoping for a speedy recovery for myself. But yeah, I definitely want to thank all the people who've just been there for me, whether it's big or small. Like, it's really just helped me a lot.
Good to hear it. We're definitely glad to, hear your voice, and even if it's virtually, just your spirit is always still with us. You have always had a positive, wonderful spirit, so I mean, we hate to see, bad things happen to anybody, but then, especially like good people, so, that we're here if you need anything, if there's anything that we can do, do not hesitate. We want you to definitely take care of yourself. Focus on you. Don't worry about all the outside chatter. I told you that before too. But you definitely have, your team behind you 100%. So we're here if you need anything. We're glad. I mean, you sound like you're in good spirits. So just, hearing that, we're praying for you, and, we're here if you need anything.
Thank you. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much. And then, like I said, thank you, guys. And the other thing is, going back to, I want to tell y'all a little funny, not even a funny story, kind of like a scary story, that relates to this accident. So my mom had a dream about me, 2 days before the accident. And I remember I was going to go out that night. She called me and she was like, "Hey, are you going to be coming home?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm going to come home, of course. I'm coming home." She was like, "Well, I had a weird dream." And I was like, "What's the dream about?" She never told me about the dream. So the next day I was home, she told me about the dream. Basically, the dream was, she saw me standing there, and then all of a sudden she closes her eyes and I'm gone. So it scared her, and so she was like telling me like, I don't know what that was, but I have a bad feeling about it. So not even 2 days, well, 2 days later, I get into this accident, right? So this is not the first time that she's had dreams like this. I'm not saying that she's a psychic or anything like that, but one time, like a few months ago, we have property where I grew up on, and it's my grandma's property. My grandma passed in May of 2019. My mom had a dream about the property. My grandma was in the dream saying that she was disappointed, she was sad about the property, and everything like that. So my mom woke up. She's like, I need to go check on the property. We went to go check on the property. Someone had broke into our neighbor's house, and then also tried to break into my old house that I grew up in. Nobody lives on that property, and they destroyed the fences, they destroyed the gate, everything. Like there was fences knocked down, like just a lot of destruction. So she's had a dream like this before. So I don't know if she has the psychic ability or not. I have no idea. But yeah.
That's funny. That's
like,
kind of wild that she had that.
Like if you could see into the future, am I gonna be a millionaire
Right.
one day?
Tell me what stocks to invest in.
Okay. Tell me what the jackpot is on the Mega Millions. What's the magic number?
Raven, I'm happy. Like I really tried to get you like in the room without you being in the room. Like I really did. Like I really like was sitting here like stressing that I couldn't figure it out, but I tried to figure it out. I'm gonna continue to try to figure it out. What episodes moving forward and stuff like that. And then I'll probably even do some research when it comes to the MacBook Pro that you have, and maybe there's just something I missed there with the connection, and maybe there's whatever the case may be. Like I want to make sure that you're in the room, because you have the ability to be in the room. We were really close. We missed on whether it be the audio or the you hearing or being able to hear and stuff like that. Like,
yeah.
We missed out on that. But it's still a possibility. I want you to keep your head up. I think that there's going to be like one more conversation after ours. Me and you and Brittany will disconnect here shortly. But I did want to talk to you and announce about the On the Run food show that is in the process at the moment. I do want to give both of you guys the ability to be a part of it. It's not something you have to be a part of, but the On the Run food show is on the way. It will be called the Can We Eat Show.
Nice.
It will be only a two-person based kind of situation, because that's the only way I can hook up lapel mics, where me and whoever is the guest or the host will show up to a restaurant, and we will probably pick up food to go at this point, and we will review the food.
Okay.
That's something that's in the works right now. I have a couple of logos I will show you guys, and I'll send to you. I'm gonna show Brittany now, but I'm gonna send them to you as well, Raven. There's a couple of logos that are on the way, and I know that you've had this discussion, Raven. As far as what that would look like, it would require more commitment for it. If either of you wanted to be a part of it, you guys have the first bid. That's up to you guys. But I'm not outside of adding an additional person to the team to move that forward and still continue to do this. Nothing with the podcast will change or anything like that. It'd be a way off day than a Tuesday or Thursday to focus on that. But that was my news for today.
That's exciting. I'm super excited.
I
And
remember. Oh, sorry, Brittany.
oh no, I was gonna say, yeah, I'm hands down. Like I'm excited for it. I would love to be a part. I'm excited.
Anything with food, you just count me. me and Brittany know anything with food, you count us in.
You got the pros with you. We know if our palates know some good food. Okay.
Our palates are immaculate. Okay.
Count our palate. Us and our palates are in. Well, that's super
Yeah,
exciting.
definitely count us in. Count us. I mean, like, I feel like I could speak for Brittany too. Count us both in.
Yeah,
With the whenever the podcast grows, I definitely want to grow with it. And
absolutely.
I remember us talking about this earlier on in the year, like way early on in the year when it
Yeah.
first started, how you had this idea. And I think, where we're going with the podcast is great, and I support anything that you do, Calvin, as well as you, Brittany, with the podcast.
Agreed.
And of course, I like to eat. I love food. I'm a big foodie. I love food trucks. I always wanted to have my own food truck business. I don't know why. I'm obsessed with food trucks because I think that they have some of the best foods. Because one is like it's pretty much with food trucks. There's only usually like one truck, so you can go all the way around town and just get like little bites and eat bites and I don't even know
Picture.
what else you would call it. Bites, bite-sized stuff to try.
You can take it.
It's like some of the best food too. So yes, help me in. Let me get my palate ready because I'm going to be eating.
Oh, you could have
But I
been
think
in
that
that.
would be an exciting next step for the podcast. Right?
Oh, I thought you used your phone. Keep going, Raven.
Yeah, I think it'll be a right move in the right direction with the podcast.
And it will be a completely separate entity. So the podcast would be what it is, and the food show will be a completely different entity. It would exist as itself, and I might create a different YouTube channel or create a different kind of atmosphere. But like, I'll promote it on the podcast as much as possible. Something that I hope you guys will be encouraged about is like the place that it's going to start has already been like figured out. So I don't know if I should say this, but I'm saying it. The Mixed Kitchen, which houses 13 restaurants within it, will be
I
the
remember you talking about that. I really want to try that Hawaiian place in there.
that will be the first site of us receiving and getting food. Will be the Mixed Kitchen. So I'm thinking 1, 2, 3 parts. Mixed Kitchen 1, Mixed Kitchen 2, Mixed Kitchen 3 as the first episode, and we're only talking about 15-minute episodes.
Yeah.
It's literally going to be video of us getting the food, video of us eating the food, 15 minutes.
Yeah.
It's not going to be a long thing. It's going to all be video. There won't be any audio available, but that's in the works. And once again, Raven, I'm going to send you a couple of examples of what the logo can look like. I'm going to show Brittany here on the show today. We probably have one more topic we're going to talk about before we disconnect. Did you have anything else to say before we disconnect?
No, I'm just happy to be back. Thank you for making it happen. I know this wasn't easy, and like I commend you on everything that you do with like technology wise. Because let me just say, I am not the best tech savvy person. You can just call me 85 years old when it comes to technology, and unless it's Apple products. Because if it's anything else, I'm gonna try my best to help out. But yeah, but so I commend you. And thank y'all for holding down the fort while I'm here. And hopefully I'm gonna work on pilling and getting better, and hopefully I'll be back in the La Studio soon. I'm really excited about that. That's kind of what's kind of keeping me going. Like I'm excited to see what's next. But yeah, I can't wait to be officially back. I'll definitely have to get us a nice bottle of wine to crack open on that day.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get the good stuff when you come back. Girl, we popping bottles.
Yeah, we're gonna be popping bottles like we in a section.
Right. I'm gonna even get some sparklers. We can have the sparklers going on right in here.
The bottle girl.
Oh yes, we doing it big.
Yeah, thank you, Raven, for even like it was the process of setting this up was kind of difficult, but it was easy knowing that you've been a part of the team and you've been a part of this process for a long time. So it was easy. It was the second you told me that you can take them all. The second that
Put in the seat. Or yeah.
the second that I don't connection. I think it's the place. I don't know. I don't know. So we're technical difficulty still, Raven.
Oh, I bet. I don't want a podcast without it.
You know, it was easy. The second you, for me, the second you told me, you were going through some things, my first response was worry about yourself.
Yeah.
I'll handle the podcast.
Yeah.
It's really that simple. You know, worry about yourself, take care of your health, handle everything you need to handle. The podcast comes absolutely last when it comes to things like that. So focus on yourself, continue to get better, continue to heal. We hope to get you back soon. I'll do everything in my power to make it to where we maybe do a session where we do something with you, kind of being in the room, even if you're not in the room.
Yeah.
I'll continue to work on that and continue to try to put everything I can, resources wise, into just making that happen for you and make sure that you're healthy and you're good to go and you can walk up these stairs.
Awesome.
Yay.
Well, I love you guys.
Love you too. It was good seeing your face for the few moments that we did get to see you tonight. It definitely.
My skin's about to be popping, with all these vitamins. So it's great to meet you.
All right, bye, Raven.
Take
you
care.
Enjoy the rest of your night, okay?
All right, bye.
Bye.
It's okay. Just take them off. It's okay. It's okay. It's more fun with technical difficulties.
Absolutely.
Shit ain't sweet.
Absolutely.
Shit don't go down
You get to
easy.
see all of it.
Yeah, shout out to Raven, man. Once again, and I tell people anytime it comes to the podcast, I'm you're not letting me down. Handle your business.
Yeah,
Even when it comes to guests, there's always conversations I'm going through things, I'm doing things, or whatever the case may be. And I'm focus on your things.
Yeah.
You don't have to explain what you're going through to me, because at the end of the day, the train is already left. You know what I mean? It's gonna keep going, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Or fortunately, it's gonna keep going.
Yeah.
You know,
Fortunately and unfortunately, I get what you're saying.
it's gonna keep going.
Yeah.
So anything that you're dealing with as a human being, as a person.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna leave you the person. I could have if it was that kind of atmosphere, I'd be no, I need you here.
Yeah. And
you're not here. It's done.
And you don't want to be that person. Not that you don't want to be. You're not that person.
I can't be.
Yeah. And I don't know if that's I don't know if some people are not conditioned, but it's almost it's not work, but you don't want to let people down. You don't feel like you can't miss work. You can't, you know what I'm saying? Almost like how we're conditioned. Mm-hmm. And I do think that is probably a part of it. You just we definitely are we are a team, and we feel that, when Raven's not here, we feel her spirit is not in the building. You know what I mean? So I think it's just her not wanting to let people down, you know what I mean, or let us down, and because I felt the same way, when there's times that I had missed, I don't want to, you don't want to let anybody down, so I get it.
Time I was Brittany, enjoy yourself. Regardless, I will sit here by myself. Yeah. But there is a list of guests, there's guests on top of guests, on top of guests, but I don't I love what I'm doing, and I've invested what I tell people who aren't on board or maybe be on board, I'm there is no way you can invest as much as I invested. That will never happen. So it's okay. Yeah. You handle you handle what you need to handle. Take care of yourself, please, because it'll be a worse show if you're not here how you want to be.
Yeah, and I 100% agree with that, and I think that I don't think we're used to that, right? I don't think we're used to people genuinely saying, take care of you. You know what I mean? Even at work, they may be oh, it's okay, but they would rather you be there. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Even they'd rather you be there sick. You know what I'm saying?
I'd rather that. But I'm still human, so.
Yeah. But so when you have people that genuinely tell you, take care of you. We promise we're not holding it against you. You know, we need you to be good so we can be good together. And I feel that from you, and knowing that it's genuine. So yeah, we definitely want Raven to take care of herself 100%. You know,
1000%.
hold the fort down. Of course, her energy and her spirit, her sweet spirit, is missed being in the building, but we need her 100% so we can come back even better.
And once again, I'll do everything in my power to make sure we can get her voice in here.
Yeah,
whether it be for an
absolutely.
hour, 30 minutes, 20 minutes. Like she's still a part of the process.
Right.
Like, regardless if you're not here, like I've always wanted to create some kind of environment where it's like maybe you got shit to do. You know, I've had co-hosts who are parents like you, and
Yeah.
I've had people who just going through shit.
Yeah,
and I don't want to make an environment make
Yeah.
it seem like, yo, if you not here, then you gone.
Yeah,
you off the project.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
maybe you're not here for 3 weeks in a row. I don't know,
Yeah.
but.
Not me. I missed two. I missed two. Wait, just throwing that out there. You weren't talking about me because I missed two in a row. Did I miss two? I missed two.
I think you missed one.
Oh, okay. It wasn't in a row. I think it was the wedding. Then I came back. Then I was gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Focus on yourself.
Yeah.
Always focus on yourself. Like there's no reason for me to tell you to be here if you aren't focused on yourself.
Yeah.
That's the environment.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Speaking of
And thank you for that. Thank you for being that for us. Because sometimes
1000%.
people need it. So I appreciate that.
damn, I was gonna hit the Bill Cosby thing.
Woo. Woo.
That's a transition too. He just got out.
Yeah. Yeah. Shout out to Bill Cosby. I mean, he did get out.
I don't know if I can shout him out yet.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's out. I'm shouting out that he's out. You know, the issue, the topic is very, very touchy. You come out the gate like, yay, and look, the Felicia Rashad is already getting backlash for coming out the gate strong. Now people are wanting her to step down as dean. Yeah. Don't want to be affiliated with Howard. She came out too strong.
I think it's a weird situation. Like, I've heard a ton of different takes.
Yeah.
Right?
I agree.
So, he did get convicted.
Correct.
And this is something that I'm learning more and more about, so I don't want what I say is law. Civil suits and criminal suits are different.
Okay.
He got accused of a civil suit. He wasn't convicted as a criminal.
Okay.
It was a civil suit.
Okay.
So in civil suit court, the way they can prosecute you is different. So if you agree to go to civil court, which means you have to pay money
Okay.
to whatever the other party is and not admit guilt. So that's what he did.
Okay.
And the reason he's getting out is because the DA in that kind of court treated it like a criminal case.
Well, I thought that, didn't they say if he admitted to giving these women the drugs, that they weren't going to move forward with convicting him? So that was why.
That was a part of the civil case.
Okay.
But the DA at the time, which is no longer there,
Right.
charged him as if it was a criminal case. So if it was a civil case, and then in the civil case kind of like documents saying this is going to happen, like he can admit to this, but this can't happen to him.
Right.
They treated it like a criminal case. So like whatever he said was used as that.
Gotcha.
So that's why he was put in.
Gotcha.
And now they're letting him out because it was used as that when it shouldn't have been used because it was a civil case. And
So he got out on technicality.
Yeah, 1000%.
Yeah. So I still think it's a very, very touchy situation.
Literally and literally.
Yeah.
Touchy as hell. Like touchy.
Pudding pop touchy.
50 women.
I don't know. I feel like there's, how you have like the different, like the sex parties. I feel like there's so much that we don't know.
Well, that was so, because I've been studying this shit, like, so that was the defense. Like, yo, I didn't drug you. We were all taking drugs.
Right.
Like, we was all on there popping pills.
So willingly, like nobody did not. it wasn't like I dropped this in your drink and while you weren't looking and then had sex with you.
It was like, yo,
Hey, you want a pill?
Fill me up.
You want a pill? And when you took that pill, you got to feeling loose and stuff happened. Yes, you were under the influence. You may have not said yes if you were sober, but the fact that you
no one
willingly
in the room was sober. In that case, I'm not defending Bill at all.
Yeah, no, I'm not either.
Like,
but
whatever
I
the
just
case
feel like
may be.
it makes it much more complicated. Like, a lot of people, and it seems like at the time, that was the drug that everybody took, like a party drug. You know how, like, you go to parties and it's a party favors and everything.
Preludes.
Yeah. So it's like that's what. So I don't know. So it's a very touchy situation. You know. Yeah.
I can only liken it to an ideal, which I've seen and I've interfered in, where it's like when your early 20s, probably 19, 20 years old, and there's a party. Everyone in the party is probably like 21 years old. Probably 21.
Yeah.
But there's someone in the party that isn't 21, but everyone's drinking.
Yeah.
And then something extremely, like, it just happens, right?
Yeah.
And then they blame the people who are 21 for not protecting people who are in that certain age.
Yeah.
I liken it to that. I don't know if that's the same kind of comparison.
Right.
If it's not, I'm sorry. But like, if you're at a party and you were there, everybody's taking it. I'm not saying rape is okay.
Yeah.
Like, by any means.
Yes, and we want to make that very, very clear.
By any fucking means.
We are not justifying rape. You know.
Anything that's outside of your will,
yeah,
there's no
like
justification for it.
manipulation, like we're at all. Just want to make that clear, like
1000%.
Yeah.
I mean, from what I understand, that may not be enough to talk about it, but we're talking about it because it's something that's on my timeline heavy, and I've always anything that's on my timeline heavy, I probably want to talk about, but like. If that is the case, right? Like, if it's the party is the party. Not to say people don't go through shit at parties and shit don't happen, but let's say if it was this, if the party was taking the pills, like if everyone was taking the pills, not justifying if something happened to you while you took the pills, not saying that, but like, is it one person's fault,
or
is it the most rich? Is it the richest person in the room's fault?
Right. I mean, did he? Who supplied him? Who? If he's the one who handed him out, who gave him to him? You know what I mean? Like, I feel like if this is the case, shouldn't it be multiple people responsible? I don't know. I don't know either.
I'm not a lawyer.
Yeah, right, me either. But you know what? It's very similar. It's kind of similar to the situation that T.I. and Tiny are going through right now. You know, because from what I have just like read and looked into as far as their situation, they were the same way. Like, when they throw these parties, there's these drugs, there's this stuff there. And at their party, if you, and this is alleged, right? This is alleged. If you attend their party and you say, I don't want to do the drugs, or I don't want to do that, they make you leave. So essentially, anybody who's there is participating in all of this stuff. So if you are participating, like, if you know that's a part, like, then can you turn around and blame? You know what I mean? I don't know. Like, I feel like
I just want to know where the blame is, because regardless of what you sign up for and what you are, like, you know, NDAs are crazy.
Yeah.
You know, like, the knowledge and the information that's on the NDA is crazy. Like, you cannot talk about you walking into this door.
Yeah.
Type stuff. But you sign whatever case. We're not saying NDAs were signed Dylan Bill, because that was the early 90s. I'm sure NDAs weren't even that big back then. But like, and it doesn't excuse if that happened to you. Right. But we're also dealing with people who are coming out 30, 40 years later.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And then to double back again, if somebody settles, right? So if you get paid back in the day, if you're like, okay, this was done against me, you know, blah, 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 you get paid, then do you feel like it's okay? Let 20 years pass, you done spent up all the money, now, like, I kind of don't feel like that's right, you know? That's just my opinion. Like, you settled, right? Like, you didn't have to settle, you didn't have to take the money back then, like, you could have proceeded, you know? So I feel like that's, well, look, get my money back then if now you're trying to convict me, you know? I don't know, I feel like it's all
I mean, it's a weird dynamic.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like I've never been in that situation, but I feel like I've almost witnessed some things like that.
Yeah.
But I intervened. So like even with your point, as far as like get my money back, how many times have you made a mistake as a 20+ year old and wanted to like take it back?
I don't get none of my shit back. I made a mistake a couple years ago. I bought some. I was in a relationship, bought all this shit in a relationship, thinking I ain't getting none of that shit back. Like that's
still
probably some
part of it.
thousands that I done spent. You know what I'm saying?
But that's still part of it because that's not illegal. Like buying stuff on people is not illegal, and then you can't really talk to people's traumas. Like that shit might have just hit 20 years later. Like they might have got around. Maybe
I have thought about that too.
Maybe they weren't around people who can talk to them about that, and they finally got around.
They
people.
suppressed it and went through it. Like maybe at the time, okay, maybe this will make me feel better. Like I have thought of it from that angle too. Like actually been through some shit. Like damn, like my whole life has still been fucked up because of this. Even though I got the $20,000 or whatever it was, maybe more than $500,000 or whatever, but mentally I'm distraught, or mentally my life hasn't been the same. I get it. So that's why I said it's a very touchy situation. There's a lot of different angles. It
is, and there's really, and once again, I just want to make sure people understand. Like I'm not advocating for Bill Cosby. I honestly don't care. Like I was past when he was popping. Like I was just growing up. I don't care. I'm not invested.
I do miss Cosby Show. I ain't gonna lie. I love Cosby Show. I really did like the Cosby Show, and I felt bad. Like I'm like, damn. So if he did it, hypothetically, if he did it, or he did, or whatever, people, Well, not that, but like, what about the other people on the show? Like Rudy didn't do it. Like Theo didn't do it. But them pulling the show off the air, like that fucks up their check. That fucks up their bag. You know what I mean? And they were kids. They had no idea what this grown man was doing. So I felt bad for them.
Yeah, that's what happens when you put your name on the show.
Yeah.
Joe Button.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's a situation where like I can't see both sides, but like I can think both sides.
Yeah.
Like what happens if he was right? Like what happens next, or does anything happen at all? Did we just put this under the rug?
Yeah, I think that's what happened. I think generally, I hate to throw race into it, but I feel like when people realize, oh, we did something. I don't know. I think of stuff like Emmett Till, right? Like, like you can't take it back, but then it just kind of, oh, she lied. It's swept under the rug. Like, you know what I'm saying? Shit like that. And which
60 years later.
Yeah, like, oh, our bad. Oops, we got it wrong. And then go on about, and don't give it any light. Like, so I feel like hypothetically, or, if he was telling the truth the whole time, they'd be like, oh man, damn, that sucks. And then we're on to something else the next day, Like, I feel like that's what happens. Especially when people get it wrong.
I'm gonna let the whole thing play out, because once again, like, if the same kind of qualifiers were for someone who was like 25, right? And this, I think, something that they were talking about on the Breakfast Club, or Brilliant Idiots, or Flavor 2, my three favorite podcast entertainment sources. Like, what if he was 25?
Yeah.
He's like 80, 70 something.
Yeah.
And him being released, but he did a year and a half, or 2 years and a half. He was supposed to be there for 3 to 10. He did 2.5, whatever. Like, is there still a fear factor at that point?
Yeah, like, so that's another thing. Like, I have seen some of the Janice Dickinson, I think she was one of the ones who said that, he had done whatever to her or whatever, and she did an interview. I think I saw it on Entertainment Tonight or something I saw earlier today, and she was like, she is outraged and she is upset, and she said she's gonna band with the other women, and we're gonna fight this. And I'm like you said, is there a fear factor? Are you scared? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, but like, they're outraged, so I mean, maybe, or maybe it's the now at this point it's the mental trauma, like, so knowing, even though it's a 80-year-old man, he's 80, right? 82, 80 something.
70s, he's late 70s,
Oh, okay.
70 something,
Was-
and he can't see either. I think.
Yeah, he's
like
blind.
and
Yeah.
or something like that.
So maybe because it's something that happened to them in their early 20s, even though he's this age, all they see is him at that age. You know, I can see it being something like that. But yeah,
It's a weird dynamic. Like,
yeah,
I don't
definitely.
even, I don't understand it at this point. Maybe more stuff will come out because once again, like, once your name is ruined, like, all those shows, all the networks that took him off, like,
Yeah.
and if he does turn out to be saying what he, was saying originally,
Yeah.
what does that even look like? How
Yeah.
do you even reimburse that?
And you know what's crazy? What I was seeing too when they did release him, and you go to the comments and stuff like that. Like, it's stuff that I didn't even realize because I wasn't in 100% invested when when everything was happening. Right? Like, didn't really pay attention to I hear it in passing, but didn't sit down and watch and listen and all that stuff. But I did not realize he was about to purchase a network.
That's bullshit.
Is that not true?
That's completely bullshit.
Okay, I read that in the comments.
That's the right wing and the left wing agreeing.
Okay.
Like, no, that didn't happen. That wasn't about to happen. That's not what you're trying to take them down. Like,
Okay. Because I be ready to advocate for my black people when some shit go down like that. I'm like, oh, so they was out to get him.
No, the thing is, like, a lot of the at the point he admitted to doing, like, providing drugs for a party was like 07.
Okay.
06.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's 50 women on the Life magazine thing, whatever the magazine was.
Yeah.
Where it's like 50 women on the cover, and they're like, oh, he all did something to me. Y'all could have all been at the same party, like, but like, you don't know. You don't know.
That's what I'm
how
saying.
Do you prove? Like, how do you even prove that?
Yeah. Right.
And not to discredit people or women who have gone through that stuff either, because, like, that's a big factor too. And
Absolutely.
I think that's a big, like, moral victory is having him in jail, but him not being in jail now is like, oh, so I can't tell people to come out now because it won't work because of whatever. Like, it's just tough.
Yeah.
It's a tough conversation, and a lot of people don't even really truly want to have it, only because they fear that their opinion won't be the answer. But that sucks. Definitely sucks.
It definitely sucks. I agree.
It's tough.
It's crazy. Well, I mean, he's home
For now. I really honestly think, because once again, like, I just think that he will be home, and it will be a whole nother, like, because petitions have power.
I saw that he was trying to sue, or he was thinking of, suing.
He should sue.
Yeah, that came out today that he was looking into suing.
There, I don't know if it's on Netflix or Hulu. I can't remember which one, but it might not even be on either, honestly. But there's a documentary about people who have been sentenced to jail for 7+ years.
Okay.
And it got proven that they were not the guy. People in jail for 20+ years, 13+ years, 8 years, whatever the case may be. And then it's like, I'm gonna get the foundation eventually, and we'll talk about it probably next episode. But there's a foundation that literally only focuses on the criminals that they think should be free. And they have a really good percentage.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Like, there's even, I think Jamie Foxx and Michael B. Jordan have a movie about one of the really biggest ones.
Oh yes, I've seen that movie. It's a good movie. I can't think of the name of it, but I saw that movie.
Mercy.
Yes.
That's one of the cases that they worked with.
Okay.
Like, that was their biggest case. Like, there was so many different circumstances that were involved to make sure that he wouldn't get out.
Let me tell you, those movies for me, like, so back when I originally went to school, I was going to criminal justice and psychology. So that shit is passionate for me, and I really hate seeing injustice, and it just. So, that hits a little bit different, because it just makes me so upset. And, it's just anybody that gets, treated, just morally, and, it just, any race, any, gender, any national, anything. It just bothers me when you are not, treated, correctly, and then the injustice. So yeah.
I know someone who studied criminal justice, and her father's in jail for murder. Like, for sure, he murdered the person. But it really just depends on who you are and how you can talk in court. So I never liked lawyers, right? Because the level of ability depends on how much money you have.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like a great lawyer can get you out of a murder case.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
A bad lawyer can put you in jail for 20 years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's just too up and down.
Yeah, and then you see the movies too, like, so I didn't study, I did some criminal justice classes. I didn't, study very, very deep, but just learning that then sometimes just to build your way up, you gotta work with the other side, and you got, so then I'm like, like the politics behind it, like that pisses me off, and you know what I'm saying, like seeing that shit happen, I'm like, damn, I thought you would, but you're trying to build your way up too, so that's even that.
The process is it's just not there. Like I can't even honestly, I couldn't even imagine being in a setup in any kind of jail or anything like that, and knowing damn well I didn't do shit. Knowing for a fact I didn't do it.
I mean,
all you hear is a criminal justice person, judges. I didn't do it. I didn't do it.
Yeah.
But I really didn't do it.
Yeah.
Like
we have a couple family members that are in prison for some stuff that they didn't do, and the court appointed take the deal. You get less time, like, and I'm like, damn, like, shit like that, like, it's just sad, that, and then it's, it's on your record, it's tough, like, so like you said, and I even write some of my family members that are, locked up right now on some shit that they didn't do, and just, even just having the dialogue and the conversation, like, it's still, I have one family member that it still bothers them to this day that, like, I'm sitting here, I've been here all these years, and I didn't do it, like, and so it's even tough having, family that's has to go through it,
That's just a way, like, I just don't even, that's why I stay out the way.
Yeah.
Like, the most things I can be out of, I stay out of.
Absolutely.
Just cause, like, you just never fucking know. So I just want to be as content to myself as possible. I want to handle my business as quiet as possible. Leave me the fuck alone.
I definitely feel like, I have my mom and my grandma's prayers have been watching over me, because I know there's times where I was young, just doing high school, doing stupid shit that I could have been in the wrong place at the wrong time, and shit could have went left,
1,000%.
So I thank God for that. My dad always used to tell us, you get one get out of jail free card, that's it, I'll get you out one time, other than that you're on your own. And we asked him if the shit rolls over. We never used it. None of us ever used our get out of jail free card. So if some shit pop off as we adult, does it still work? But he said that shit was null and void after 18. Yeah, it expired at 18. I don't know why we ain't use it. I feel like I ought to like bank some, Like I ought to have something stacked up.
My parents are complete opposite. Mom was like, you go to jail, I'm gonna leave you there overnight to teach you a lesson.
He said one time. One time.
And if I gotta work, it's gonna be over the weekend, I'll come and get you Monday. I didn't get that at all.
That's funny. Good shit.
Yeah, I don't have much left to talk about. I mean, there's one final topic about, so the people who have created memes are monetizing memes now.
Oh, really?
So your average, like the memes that have been popping for years, they're now monetizing those memes.
Oh, wow.
Some people missed the wave. So there's a whole series on BuzzFeed right now, people who have been iconic memes and how it happened.
Yeah.
A lot of this shit is simple. Like, I was in class and I just looked right.
Yeah.
I took a picture. Now it's a meme. Making trillions and billions.
Yeah. Or those little kids or the girls that look, the little kids that look a certain way that we still use today.
And she's like, I was 5. Like, I'm 28 now.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And like, they go through their stories like from start to finish.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because like, literally like at that time, you're like, oh, I'm just going viral, I'm good to go.
Yeah.
You didn't make no money off of that. And you got millions upon millions and millions of shares, views,
Right.
uses. Some people trademark their stuff. Some people have used it in movies. Some people do appearances with it.
Like, so the ones that are like, what do you mean? Like the games? Do they get paid off that since it's now a game?
I don't
If
know.
their meme is a part of the game?
I don't know the logistics of it, but I just know like not all people. Like,
Right.
we're talking about the lucky few. Because
Yeah.
a lot of people have gone viral at a high level and didn't even capitalize. I was 5 years old. I didn't even know this was even out.
My mama wasn't even thinking about me.
They didn't even
She
know
probably,
it was
yeah,
out.
right. She probably didn't even know that I had gone viral. Mm-hmm. That's crazy.
And it's a crazy cool series. It's on BuzzFeed. Like, shout out to
look that
BuzzFeed. BuzzFeed is crazy cool. But yeah, I mean, I would think so too. Like, I think even because I've been viral a couple times.
Oh, okay.
And I didn't
Did you get
use
your
it.
coins? No.
I didn't use it.
Damn.
I thought I was happy with 1 million, 2 million.
Yeah.
I was okay with that. But I should have like pushed harder.
Yeah.
I should have like used that and then moved. But I was cool. It was a rough time in my life when that happened. Like, I didn't want people was coming to my personal page blowing my shit up like 500, 600, 700 fan requests a day.
Oh wow.
And I was like, no.
That's
Y'all part of my
crazy.
life. I don't want none of y'all part of my life.
That's crazy.
That's how the Chef Cal page even came up, because I was like, y'all go here. Go
Oh,
here.
okay.
Leave me alone.
Right. Go troll him.
Go talk to this. Yeah, so I mean, it's a crazy dynamic. Like, people really think going viral makes you rich. It don't.
Yeah.
It don't. You might get lucky and someone who is rich sees it,
Yeah.
but that's not how going viral looks.
Damn.
Especially on Facebook. Facebook does not give you any. You don't get paid off anything that goes
So
viral. on Facebook.
what's the platform to go viral? Where do you get your coins?
Clearly now it's TikTok.
So my son, he had a TikTok that went viral.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was he didn't do like a TikTok dance or anything like that. It was a screenshot, and he did like a voiceover on it. But like the views went crazy.
That's where you got to capitalize. That's the platform to capitalize on. Like, you're not gonna get paid just off of TikTok. You gotta put your shit out continuously.
Yeah.
And put it on all platforms and
Yeah.
get those same numbers. But just one platform's not. But TikTok is clearly the
wave
stamp.
right now.
That's the stamp.
Yeah. That's crazy. He wasn't even trying to go viral. He just
No one does.
Yeah.
No one's that like
Posted
even in
some
the
shit.
the
He was just
BuzzFeed
talking
stuff,
shit.
The BuzzFeed shit. No one tried to do
Yeah,
it. Like, it just happened. Like, you got people getting trips to different countries because of
That's
what they
crazy.
posted, just randomly, as kids, teenagers, and they walk you through the steps. They even have the friends that were in the room too. Like,
Yeah.
we was in high school. I just took a random photo of homie. Like, it was
That's
just what it
crazy.
is. I posted it. 3 years later, it's trillions of views. Like, it's out of here.
out of there. Must be nice. Shit.
It must be nice. It's a tough look, but I think that's probably it. We don't have to do a long of an episode. I think we're only at like 120. I'm cool with that. If you're
I'm
cool
good.
with that.
There is a topic but I want to spend more time on it. Okay, so we
What
can get
topic?
into it next week.
What topic?
I actually saw that you had posted it on your Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
The video of the girl talking about how she broke up with her ex and he continued to pay her bills, and that's the lifestyle
that
he-
crazy woman.
Yes.
No, actually, bitch. She's a bitch. 1,000%.
So I'm gonna leave it there. We're gonna leave it there. If y'all haven't seen the video, go check it out so we can talk about it next episode. Okay?
All right.
Yeah.
Did you have a quote?
Yes. Let me get it up.
She is a bitch. I don't call women bitches, but that bitch. She's that. I'm like, she's that.
Dude. You just did.
Yeah, she's that. But she's that. She's the definition of what I would call a bitch.
K.
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 Oh yeah. Get some ice for your neck.
All right, so the quote of the day, right? And I think it kind of fits the situation, especially, we got Raven gone due to her circumstance. But the quote of the day is, every day may not be good, but there is something good in every day. Find that good. Find it. There's something good in every day. Find it.
And that woman that we're going to talk about next episode, don't find her. Please. She's the last thing you need to find. This is the Can We Talk podcast, episode 14. You guys enjoy the free night.
Yeah,